y'all. See who's up this early. See if y'all just want to, because you're sitting in some door also, looking at YouTube. Right. Oh my gosh, y'all. 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 You ain't gonna believe this. Well, I mean, you might. They just, Russia and China are doing exercises off of our coastline in Alaska. N- Nothing much going on there. I'm just sitting here at Walmart DC in California. Hey, Bobby, how you doing? Um, got bored and I figured, what the hell? Didn't feel like putting no makeup on for y'all. Sorry. I figure you guys can suffer through this mug just like I can, looking in the mirror over here in the morning going, oh, child. I'm just too tired. I didn't get much sleep last night. That's the one thing I do not like about running in Cali is there's not a whole lot of good places to park unless you're in the Fontana area, and then you're going to pay $50 to park there. It's ridiculous. Or you got to buy $50 worth of crap you really don't, overpriced convenience store shit you really don't need. So I found this little mom and pop place about 130 miles out. I'm in Shafter, about 130 miles out. So I had to get up early and get here because I had to be here by 5:15, and I'd never delivered here before, so I wasn't sure what it was going to be like around here when I came in. So I got up early and just flew on in. So where y'all at this morning? Are you sitting at some places that you're delivering at or picking up at? And good morning, trucker, Trader Sam, I think is what that says, and Bobby Young, which Bobby's been a subscriber for quite a while. So how you doing this morning, Bobby? And Prime still has not got. That's the one thing I hate is when I deliver on a weekend and I gotta depend on weekend dispatch to hey Tracy, finally have a new TV to watch. You, my husband, threw a beer can at and missed, but hit the TV and broke it. Well, Jesus Christ. Sorry about that, sweetie. Billy, good morning to you too, Billy. Oh, you're at home. Well, I'll tell you, I wish I was at home. I got my home time is coming up in on the 15th of next month. And then I've got to decide, am I going to put in my notice to Prime? Or because I've been talking to the RV transport people, but because I have a couple things on my, oh God, it's not your DAC report, it's, God, I'm having a retard moment. I'm so used to the abuse. The pain really doesn't hurt. Girl, I know that feeling. I went through that. But anyway, I got a couple And I'm sorry to hear that, Tracy. I got a couple deals on CSI, not CSI. Anyway, it's where you get like points where I got a couple warnings. One, my student left my, it's not your DAC report. It's, oh God. Have you ever had that where you just can't remember the acronym? But it's not your DAC report, it's the other one. And I had where my student left us long in California, and I switched over because he was there when they loaded. And then we went in and he drove into Cali, just over the border. Then I got out and did my pre-trip, but I didn't look. You know, I checked the tires, you know, all that stuff. And I knew we were already in California, but we were barely in, and they got me for being long. My fault. I should have checked a little closer behind my student, but that put a couple points. They just gave me a warning. And another warning I got was where my pins on my tandems, when I slid my tandems, they were all the way out on one side and only 3/4. How they could tell, I don't know, but I got pulled in for a random inspection, and they gave me a warning for it being only 3/4 out. But by the time I pulled up, it had totally popped out. By the time I left there, it kind of came in a little, so I went and tucked the deal and got it fixed. And what was the other one? There was one other thing that I got a warning for, but anyway, so had to live with that, and I was like, okay, whatever, you know, did it, went on. But yeah, so anyway, that's kind of what's going on here. So I'm not sure if I'm going to wait, because that's just supposed to fall off my deal soon, or in state. But if I have to wait because of it, by if I go into the winter, I'm going to stay until my truck's paid for, because I'll be past the halfway point, and I'm only on a 3-year payment plan, and then the truck's paid for. So I'm just going to have to see what happens over the next month or so. And if they're too worried about those CSA points, I think CSA is what they're called, I'm just going to say, fuck it. If I got to wait until they come off, I'll be past the halfway point on this truck being paid for. And there's no way I'm leaving before my truck's paid for. And if I do stay, I'm thinking of taking another student after home time. And, of course, no one over the winter, because I can't. You know, I don't know if I'll do that, if I'll train again or not, but I wasn't planning, but I'm tempted to take one more. But I'm going to be very, very picky about who I take if I do. You know, it's going to be one of those things that everything has to be right. But they say it's starting to pick up here at Prime. I've seen a little bit of pickup here, not a lot. FMCSA, thank you, Federal Motor Carriers Safety Association. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you, my dear. I am with JB Hunt, Intermodal, Regional, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, home on the weekends. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I was tempted to check into the deal that my nephew is, the people they're driving for, because I'd be home every night. But that being said, with me having that, I don't think I want to apply anywhere. I know people will still hire me because I got a great driving record. I've never had a ticket or anything. But those couple warnings on that FMCSA, you know, they still added points. And it kind of pissed me off because one was my student, one was Prime equipment, you know, and 3/4 out. Really? How anal could you get? And if it wouldn't have been a surprise inspection, I would have passed it, because no way in hell they could have seen it. Well, hey, no fear trucking. How you doing, sweetie? Hey, and if you guys are new to the channel, would you please hit that thumbs up button, and also hit the like and subscribe button? I'd really appreciate it. And hit that notification bell, because it's really going to help. It'll let you know when we have new videos out and stuff. I just put a video out on what you want to bring if you're coming to Prime for your CDL training, or if you're coming for, you know, and leading also into your TNT phase. What you're going to want to bring on your trainer's truck and stuff like that. So if y'all want to check that out, if you're thinking about coming into trucking, and it'll also be a good list if you're going to Swift, CR New England, any of them. Hey, what's that, Robert? Hey, Robert, how you doing? Free something. But, anyway, like I said, I'm looking really, really forward to settling it one way or another, because I'll tell you, it'd be really hard to give up the Pearl. It really would, even though I bought another truck to do the other. And another thing I have found out is it's real easy to take one of these big rigs. Horizon, the one I was going to go on with, has a division just for big rigs. And let me tell you, it pays really good. But like I said, I don't want to jump ship without having this truck paid for. Totally paid off. If I'm going to take this with me. Like I said, the next few weeks to a month, it's going to tell me a lot. And it'll also tell me if I'm going to take on another student. But I'll tell y'all, I am beat to hell. I don't know about y'all, but weekend dispatch is one big pain in my butt. You know, I'm really curious to see how it's going to go, and if they're going to give me a loadout. Because usually what they try to do is they give you a load that won't pick up until for another day or Sunday. Like today is Saturday, they won't give me a load that picks up until Sunday. Then they'll turn around and it won't deliver until Thursday or some shit like that. But it'll be for $1,500, and it'll pay about $1.20 a mile or some crap. I'm sorry, I'd rather sit and wait until Monday, where my real dispatcher will get me a good load that'll deliver by Wednesday, and make sure I have some kind of check. So we'll have to see what happens. You know, but I do hate that this load ended up, because this load isn't for piss. I mean, let me see how much it's paying. I think it's paying like $2,000. And I picked it up on Wednesday. Yeah, $2,197. And it went, well, it paid just a little over $2 a mile. And I had it I picked it up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you know, 4 days, almost 4 days. So not a great load. If it would have delivered yesterday, it would have been a better load, and then Mary my dispatcher could have gotten me another load out. So are y'all sitting on any loads? Let me see. Rustina's. I get what he's saying. Read my tits. Okay. No, Intermodal's home on the weekends. Yeah, let me tell you, as tired as I am, I wish I was home, but I will be home on the 15th. But I'm not going to stay home long. I'm just going to stay home, go get my nails done, because I've lost them all. And I'm going to turn around and restock the truck with food and supplies. I'm going to bring, if I'm staying, I'm going to go ahead and, because I was going to go home and just strip my truck down. but now I'm having to decide if, because they're telling me my application has to go get reviewed, and I was talking to some people. Then if you get one little thing on your CMA, oh, what is it? FMCSA, they'll delease you. And I'm sorry, I am not going to go through that. I'd rather have my everything dropped off it and then start on a fresh slate, because it doesn't take long for those to come off. And the thing that pisses me off is most of them is because of my students. You know what I'm saying? And I happen to be switched over. But that one wasn't my fault at all. 3/4. Have y'all ever heard of that? Where your pin's 3/4 out and, they gig you on it? How could they even see it? But like I said, they got out and went, when they did that deal, they looked around and noticed it. And I was like, you gotta be kidding. So, it is what it is. So, what are y'all up to this morning? Talk to me. Let me live vicariously through you. And what are your plans for tonight? Anyone got any exciting weekend plans? Unless, of course, you're like me and you're on your truck. There's not a whole lot of plans going on, is there? Can y'all give me a quick thumbs up? And oh, y'all, I'm getting really close to 5,000 subscribers. I cannot believe it. So please like and share and subscribe to the channel. Let me see how many I've got. My goodness, how short am I from filling this? Let's see. I'm trying to check this out. Content. I am at 4,968. Huh, I thought I was in the 70s. Maybe some people unsubscribed, right? They're like, look at that hag. She's not wearing her makeup. We are done. We are at Wisconsin. No Fear Trucking. Are you in your truck? Oh, no, I'm at 4,970. 30 more subscribers. Are you in your truck in Wisconsin? And who do you truck for, my friend? No Fear. Who are you? Who do you work for? And are any of you guys planning to come into starting trucking or anything like that? Or are you just kind of playing it by ear? Because some people just come in here because they want to talk to truckers. They used to be trucking and they want to be part of it still, in the ways they can. And I love those people too. I just, trucking, one thing a lot of people don't realize, we have a community. It's a lifestyle. We're a whole culture out here that people don't realize exists. They see our trucks on the road. They don't pay much attention to truck stops, because if they stop here, they're on the other side. They kind of know we exist, but they don't realize there's a whole lifestyle out here. There's a whole culture. There's a whole way of living out here that we do. There's a whole community out here. And I love my community. Hey, Hans, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Minnesota. Nice. Are you in the truck this weekend, or are you just at home? Hey, y'all, please hit that like button while you're in here. It really helps my channel, and I'm really grateful for it. What is this up here? What is this thing? Oh, look at this, y'all. Let's see what this does to me. Huh. I didn't even know these things were on here. Check this out. Oh, shit. Oh, hell yeah, peace, right? But no, I really do enjoy I'm just going through these filters, y'all. I didn't even know they were there. Look at this shit. Okay, look at this. Bubbles. Okay. Hey, this is kind of cool, guys. Anyway, so I couldn't help it. I was playing with these filters. What's this? Damn, I wish I had a filter that would slap some makeup on my face, right? But anyway, I digress. Let's see. Oh well, we'll stop. I don't know. I can't help but play with this, y'all. So anyway, no, we got a whole culture out here, a whole way of living that, you know, my father was a trucker. My mother was. I never knew this type of culture existed, but of course, we live a lot more comfortable on our trucks than they did. I got a 400-mile deadhead to Iowa for Monday pickup. Jesus Christ, they're deadheading you 400 miles and you're not picking up until Monday. Who do you drive for? Do you drive for Prime? Dude, I have been sent, especially when I was training, I've been sent 1,100 miles on a deadhead before. You know, and I remember the first time I sent 500 miles from Montana, I swore I'd never take a load to Montana again. I'd never do that shit again. I was so pissed off. And then I did a 1,000-mile one, you know. I mean, but it's starting to pick up here at Prime. I have not had a pre-plan within either before I got to get my load or shortly after. So I'm really thinking, you know, I'm really having to give this some thought, because the other day I was 99% sure and I said there's 1% chance. That 1% chance might be that I stay with it and pay my truck off. The day I pay my truck off is the day I leave, for sure leave. Let me see, what is this, 8mm? Oh, dude, that looks cool. Sorry, I digress. Picking up on Monday, headed to Portland, Oregon afterwards. Are you with Prime, Hans? Or who are you with? And how much is that load paying? You know, and another thing I'm thinking of doing, if I stay, is switching from Western Regional to Southern Regional. I'll have to talk to my dispatcher about it. I love Western Regional, but thinking of, hell no, I'm not with Prime. Oh my God, that is so great. Who you drive for, sweetie? I'm sure you've told us before. I'm seriously considering Southern Regional, but I really got to talk to my dispatcher about it. Not that I need her permission. She would do whatever I ask as far as going regional. But I'm really thinking of hopping over. So that would be a lot more coast to coast. But I need to see what states at Prime Southern Regional is, because I know that would probably eliminate Utah for me. United Transport LLC out of Puyallup, Washington. Okay. Are you company, or are you... If I seem to remember you were company, but you were a 1099, I think, because they were paying you by the mile or something like that. Company? So you're a W-2 employee, or were you company and they had you as a 1099? Something like that. I know there's someone on here that was doing that, and I thought, you gotta be kidding. There's no way in hell I'd be company. 1099, dude. I don't understand. Hey, David. Grew up on old trucks, my son. Okay, this is David. He grew up on old trucks. My summers were in 64 cab overs. Oh my God, Kenworth. With my dad. No AC, just two fans, unless we would be put mattresses on the trailer and run. Oh my God, that is old school. Yeah, my parents did a cab over as well as, the non-cab overs like we're in. I'll stay here, um, and hopefully everything will pick up. Are you with Prime No Fear Trucking? Um, I could not do what my parents did. I really couldn't. They were in these little coffin sleepers. You couldn't stand up in them or anything. There was a little bunk back there. They would sleep head to toe. I mean, when they were down, I mean, I could not imagine doing that. Um, when you wanted air conditioning, you either ran your truck or depending on the truck they were in, they didn't have APUs or anything like that, or you had to go to these places that had these big like scaffolding type things over, and they ran these tubes down for air conditioning. Yeah, it was quite different. Who do you drive for, No Fear? Rush Johnson, he used to drive for Prime, and he took his truck over and went to work for, it has the star on the side of their trucks, a blue star, Landstar, and he loves it. And I asked him, I said, do you ever regret leaving Prime? And he's like, hell no. I said, would you consider ever coming back to Prime? He goes, hell no, never. But he had a little rough exit. I mean, he didn't get fired. He chose his exit. That was on him. He chose to leave because they wouldn't let him purchase his Volvo because they weren't doing purchases on Volvos. Man, I seen the new Volvos. Oh, if I would have waited 1 year. They have a Murphy bed. I got a dining table, but I like that Murphy bed, and they went to the electronic dash. If I would have just waited 1 more year, they had some cool things come up, but they said they weren't going to do them anymore. That's why they let us purchase. So it is what it is. Next year, I'll go lease with Hurricane Express. I have not heard anything bad about Hurricane Express, honestly. No, I've never heard anything bad about it. I've never heard anything good, but I've never heard anything bad. And if there's some bad crap, if they're a bad company, people are all over talking about it. Or if they're a real good company, people are all talking about it. But I've not heard anything one way or another about Hurricane, which I think says a lot. So yeah, let me know how it goes. I think that's kind of cool. And my nephew, he's taking home $3,500 a week in his company. He's a W-2, and he drives for XPO Trucking. And I really considered it because they have a yard in Blythe, California, which is only 30 minutes from my house. David, LOL. Hell, then he drove a day cab, and I would sleep on the hood of the... Oh my God. Oh yeah, man, I'll tell you, trucking back then was rough. Rough. My dad didn't drive a day cab. He did a cab over, and I think he did that once, and then he did mostly long noses. But their sleepers literally was a bed right behind the seat. And it wasn't no twin mattress or anything. And like I said, my parents slept toes to nose, you know. It was rough. And there was no cell phones then. They were going into the like truck stops and stuff, and they had these little booths that had phones on the walls, and you'd use your phone cards and stuff like that, and that's how they communicated with family at home, you know. And then when my mom came off the road, my dad kept driving, and he ended up driving for Yellow Freight, is where he ended his career as a trucker. My mom stopped when they were with OTRX, and from OTRX he went to Yellow Freight, and he retired there, and he got a damn good pension. Thank God he retired way before they went out of business. I still can't believe Yellow Freight went out the year before they turned 100. They didn't even have a full year to go, and they would have been 100 years old. Hey, kind of like Betty White. She died, what was it, 2 days before her 100th birthday? Kind of sucked, but, you know, is what it is. I'll tell you, that's the one thing I hate about doing reefer, is setting indoors. Constantly setting in a door. It seems like I'm always setting in a door, and that kind of sucks. And with Walmart loads, you know, you have to be there within an hour of delivering. You can't be there more than an hour early. If you're a minute late, they turn you and your load away. That I do not like about doing Walmart loads. Tyson loads, you know, or meat loads. I'm not saying Tyson, meat loads. You sit there, if you got a window and it's a drop-in hook, you might as well know if it'll be a couple hours after the end of your window. You never get it that day early. You know, I mean, there is sometimes you do, but it's rare. I love drop-in hooks, though. They're my favorite to do because, you know, you got a nice drop it as soon as you get there. I was just in at St. Cloud, Minnesota, setting for 7 hours on a salmon load. Oh my God. That's saying. But I think the longest I set is like 30 hours at a receiver. You know, and it was one of those deals in your notes.